Good morning, everyone. I'm Krista Karcher, the Public Relations Manager for the Forsyth County Sheriff's Office. Today we'll be sharing some new information that has developed in a case that we have had under investigation since 2019. We will have a couple of speakers, and then we will open the floor for questions after they are finished. So now I would like to introduce Major Lane Kuntz.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Major Lane Kuntz of the Investigative Services Bureau here at the Forsyth County Sheriff's Office. We're here today to do a presentation to talk about some details on a case that we were given involving a missing person on September 10th of 2019. This update would not have been possible without the collaboration of our Investigative Services Division with the following groups: the North Carolina State University Forensic Anthropology Team, the National Missing and Unidentified Persons System, and the DNA Doe Project located out of Texas. Founded in 2017, the DNA Doe Project is a nonprofit organization committed to identifying John and Jane Does through genetic genealogy research to help bring justice to the families of these unidentified missing persons. To date, they have helped resolve over 150 cases of this type, and it should be noted that their services are provided to law enforcement on a pro bono basis. At this time, I'm going to call Sergeant Chris King of our Investigative Services Division to give further details on the case. I will remind everyone that this is still an open investigation and not all details can be shared at this time. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Sergeant Chris King with Forsyth County Sheriff's Office, our Investigative Services Division. So back on September 10th of 2019, Hunter was at 6275 University Parkway, which used to be the old Bill Fleming's RV dealership. He was in the woods behind that dealership when he stumbled upon human remains. He contacted Forsyth County Sheriff's Office. We responded out. Over the course of several days in the woods, we recovered a partial skeletal remains to include a partial skull, pelvis, various vertebrae, arm bones, leg bones. Early on in the investigation, the North Carolina State University Forensic Anthropology Team was called in to assist in the investigation. They were able to determine that the bones had been in the weather for approximately 4 to 7 months prior to their discovery. They were also able to tell us that they belonged to a female, aged approximately between 33 and 46 years of age, and was about 5 feet tall. Due to the conditions of those remains, we weren't able to determine a cause of death, and no DNA samples could be collected at that time. Investigators worked with agencies across the state and in surrounding states to develop leads and to work those leads. Unfortunately, none of those panned out. In December of 2022, we partnered with the DNA Doe Project for assistance with this particular investigation. In early 2023, DNA Doe Project began working to gather DNA from those remains, which was successfully completed mid-2024. After working on countless leads from the beginning of that investigation, in March of 2025, we were able to identify an individual that turned out to be a close relative of our victim. Through that individual, we were able to determine direct family members of our victim who then provided their DNA and confirmed that the remains did belong to a female named Maria del Socorro Medina Trejo. She was 42 years old, or believed to be 42 years old at the time of her death. Maria was a resident of Winston-Salem at the time of her death or disappearance. The circumstances surrounding Maria's death and how she ended up where she was discovered are still actively being investigated. At this particular point in time, we would ask anybody that has any information regarding Maria's death or disappearance to come forward to the Sheriff's Office to assist in this investigation. Do we have anybody with any questions?
Does the victim have any family in the area still?
I can't speculate on that right now.
You know what she did for a living? Or did she have any children?
She does have children, and she had held various jobs. Nothing solid.
Have y'all determined a cause of death?
As I stated previously, we haven't been able to do that.
Have there been any indication from families of what could have led to this if they had known she was missing for that time?
Unfortunately, the circumstances surrounding that particular information I cannot share.
So was she reported missing before, it says that she had been in that spot for 47 months. Was she reported missing during that time?
No.
Are y'all proceeding this as a criminal homicide case?
We always, any death investigation that the sheriff's office investigates, we handle as a homicide until we can prove otherwise.
Can you just reiterate what that date was that the hunter discovered the remains?
September 10th of 2019.
You said she has children. Are you able to share how old they were at the time of her death?
They've asked not to be involved.
Can you tell us how many children she has?
No, sir.
Can you explain why, it takes several years and collaboration to make this kind of discovery?
As a matter of fact, I can go into a little bit of detail with that. I would, if you need any more detail outside of what I'm about to tell you, I'd suggest reaching out to the DNA Doe Project. They're very open with what they can and can't do. But due to the fact that we weren't able to get any DNA from the remains ourselves, through traditional means, the DNA Doe Project, they have labs that they work with that are able to use alternative methods to get that DNA, and that takes a long time. We started work with them in December of '22, and like I said, it was mid-2023 before they got a workable sample, and then they have to perform their genealogic investigative process, like research, and working with the other databases and stuff that they take part in to piece together family and any leads that might develop. Then they share that with us, and we work those leads until we hit a dead end with them, or we get another lead, takes us down farther to solving a case.
Are you able to share her relationship status at the time? Was she married, single, divorced?
At the time, I believe she was single.
So what are the next steps?
Asking the public for help at this particular point. I have spoke to a lot of people of interest in this case, but at this particular point, that's why we're having this press conference, is to ask for anybody that would have any information to come forward.
Do you believe the people or person that was involved could still be in the area?
I can't really speculate on that right now.
Sergeant, just to be clear, are there any suspects you have in this case? I know you said persons of interest. Do you have any hard suspects?
Can't share that right now.
So based on her skeletal remains or what you guys did have, is there any sort of foul play?
Well,
evidence?
like I'd said just a little bit before, we look at every death investigation as a homicide until we can prove otherwise. So as of right now, we can't disprove that this is a homicide, so we're working it as if it is one.
And where those remains were found, does that make sense to where her residence was? Was it near?
Can't speculate on that particular detail at this time.
You said it was off University Parkway. Can you give us a block? Because that dealership is no longer there, right?
Right. Well, there is a dealership there. It's just not Bill Fleming's anymore, and it was in the wood line behind the dealership.
What's that number and address?
I believe it's 60, I may have misspoke a little bit earlier, 6725 University Parkway.
And you had said that her body was badly decomposed at that time. Was there anything else found at the scene? Was there identity, obviously not identity, but was
Right.
there, anything else at the scene, or was it just the skeletal remains?
It was mostly just the remains.
Was there clothing?
When it comes to what other evidence was found with the remains, I can't release that information right now.
You mentioned that several pieces of her body were found. Were there any signs that they were dismembered or separated?
Can't really determine that.
At this time, we'll finish the questions. Thank you all for coming today. If you have any other questions, any other follow-up information, we will be sending out a summary press release of this press conference. And then, as always, you can email me or call me with any other questions. Thank you.